You don't have a sleep problem. That's the first lie. Because if sleep was really the issue, you would feel tired all day and crash instantly at night. But that's not what happens, is it? You lie down, and suddenly your brain wakes up. Every mistake, every unfinished task, every conversation you replay, your body is exhausted, but your mind refuses to shut down. And the more you try to sleep, the more awake you feel. So you blame your phone, your routine, maybe even yourself. But here's the part no one tells you. It's not your sleep that's broken. It's your state. Your body doesn't feel safe enough to rest. And in ancient China, they understood this differently. They didn't try to force sleep. They created a transition, a quiet shift from survival mode into recovery. A ritual that slowly tells your nervous system, you can let go now. And when that happens, sleep doesn't need to be chased. It arrives. But the question is, what exactly are they doing that you're not? There's a strange shift that happens every night. And you felt it the moment your body finally stops, your mind refuses to. All day you were busy, moving, reacting, doing. But now, there's nothing left to do. And that's when everything you avoided quietly comes back. Thoughts you didn't have time for, moments you didn't process. Things you wish you handled differently. They don't knock. They just appear, one after another. And suddenly, your mind feels louder than your entire day. But here's what's strange. It doesn't feel random. It feels targeted. Like your brain is choosing the exact thoughts that will keep you awake. Why? Because this isn't overthinking. Not really. It's unfinished processing. Your brain finally has space, so it tries to close open loops. And if you don't understand that, you'll think something is wrong with you. But nothing is wrong. This is what an unwinding system looks like. When it never learned how to unwind. Because while your body stopped moving, your system didn't. Look closely. Your jaw is still tight. Your breathing is slightly shallow. Your chest rises faster than it should. Even now, you're not fully relaxed. You're just still. And those are not the same thing. Stillness without safety creates noise. That's why silence feels uncomfortable. That's why you reach for your phone. Not because you're bored, but because you're trying to escape that noise. You scroll, you watch. You distract yourself just enough to avoid what's underneath. But here's the catch. Every time you do that, you delay the shutdown your body is waiting for. You think you're relaxing, but you're actually keeping the system active, keeping it alert, keeping it ready. And that's why the moment you put everything away and try to sleep, it all comes rushing back. Not stronger, just unresolved. So you try harder, close your eyes tighter, change positions, force yourself to just sleep, but sleep doesn't respond to force. It responds to safety. And your body doesn't feel safe yet because no one ever taught it how to move from doing into being done. And until that shift happens, your nights will always feel like this strange battle between exhaustion and a mind that won't let go. But what if this isn't something you need to fight? What if it's something you were never supposed to control, but instead gently guide? Because once you see what's actually happening here, everything about the way you approach sleep starts to change. Let's slow this down for a second, because what you're about to realize changes how you see your nights completely. You've probably told yourself this before, something is wrong with my sleep. But what if that's not true? What if your sleep is working exactly the way it's supposed to, and something else is keeping it from happening? Here's where it gets interesting. Your body doesn't just exist in one state, it switches back and forth all day. One state is built for action. This is where you solve problems, reply to messages, stay alert, stay sharp. Your senses are heightened, your mind is scanning, your body is ready. It's like a switch flipped on. And during the day, that's exactly what you need. But there's another state, quieter, slower. This one isn't about doing. It's about repairing, recovering, letting everything settle. And here's the problem. Most people never fully enter that second state. Not because they can't, but because they never signal the shift. Think about your evenings. They don't feel that different from your mornings, do they? Same screens, same brightness, same mental noise. Your environment stays loud, so your system stays loud, and your brain doesn't question it. It just follows the signals. If things are still active, we stay active. So even when you lie down, that switch never fully turns off. You're physically in bed, but mentally still in motion. And this is the part most people miss. You don't drift into sleep. You transition into it, and that transition is missing. Because sleep doesn't begin when your head hits the pillow. It begins in the small moments before that. The way your evening slows. The way your environment softens. The way your body starts letting go. And centuries ago, this wasn't ignored. It was understood deeply. In Chinese philosophy, night wasn't treated like an afterthought. It was a return, a movement away from intensity, back into balance. Not forced, not rushed, guided, and they didn't rely on willpower. They relied on structure, simple actions, repeated daily, that gently told the body you don't have to stay alert anymore. And once that message landed, something shifted. The mind stopped pushing. The body stopped resisting, and sleep stopped feeling like a struggle. But here's the question most people never ask. What exactly creates that signal? And why does your body respond to it so quickly? Once it's done right, if you really want to understand this, you have to stop looking at sleep like a habit and start seeing it like a response. Because your body is not random, it follows patterns. Quiet ones, invisible ones, but powerful. From the moment you wake up to the moment you close your eyes, your system is tracking signals. Light, sound, movement, even your thoughts. And based on those signals, it decides how you should feel. Alert or relaxed, ready or safe. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Your body doesn't care what you intend. It only responds to what you show it. So you might tell yourself, I want to relax, but your environment says something else. Bright lights, constant scrolling, endless input. To your brain, that doesn't look like night. That looks like survival. And survival has one job, keep you alert, keep you prepared, keep you from letting your guard down. So even when you lie still, your system doesn't. It keeps running in the background, quietly, consistently, and that's why sleep feels distant. Not because it's broken, but because something is blocking it. And that something is stress. Not the obvious kind, not panic, not anxiety, subtle stress, the kind you barely notice. A notification, a thought, a flicker of light in a dark room. Individually, they feel small, but your body doesn't measure size. It measures pattern, and the pattern it sees is simple. Stay on. All right, now here's the shift most people never make. Relaxation is not something you decide. It's something your body allows, and your body only allows it when it recognizes safety. But safety isn't logical. You can't think your way into it. You have to signal it through repetition, through environment, through small changes your body understands. A softer light, a slower pace, a drop in temperature, less noise. Each one is like a whisper. You can stop now. And when those whispers repeat, something begins to change. Your breathing deepens, your muscles loosen, your thoughts lose their edge. Not all at once, but gradually. And this is where ancient systems got it right. They didn't try to control the mind. They guided the body. They created rhythms that made relaxation inevitable. Not forced, not chased, just allowed. Because when your body finally recognizes the pattern, when it feels that quiet sense of safety, sleep doesn't feel like something far away anymore. It feels like something that was waiting for you to stop interrupting it. So what does this actually feel like in real life? Not strict, not overwhelming, almost invisible. That's the first thing you notice, because this isn't a routine you force yourself into, it's something you slowly fall into without even realizing it. And it doesn't begin when you decide to sleep. It begins earlier, in the quiet moments where your day starts loosening its grip. At first, it's subtle. You reduce the noise, not all at once, just a little less than before. The TV isn't as loud, your phone isn't as present, and nothing dramatic happens, but something does shift. Your mind stops jumping as much, your attention stops scattering, and for the first time all day, there's space. Then comes the next layer, warmth. Maybe it's water, maybe it's just a warmer environment, but your body feels it. A gentle rise, not intense, not shocking, just enough to be noticed. And then, after that warmth fades, your body begins to drop, slowly, naturally. And that drop, that's the moment your system has been waiting for. It's like a quiet signal in the background. It's time. But here's what most people never realize. This isn't about what you're adding. It's about what you're finally allowing to stop. Because all day long, your system has been interrupted. Pulled in different directions, filled with input, constantly reacting. And now, for the first time, it's not. The light softened, not completely dark, just gentler, easier on your eyes, easier on your mind. And without thinking about it, your breathing changes, deeper, slower. Your shoulders drop slightly, your jaw loosens. You don't tell your body to relax, it just begins to, on its own. And this is where everything flips, because you realize sleep was never something you had to create. It was already there, waiting, behind all the noise, behind all the stimulation, behind everything you kept feeding your system. And this ritual, this quiet sequence, isn't doing anything magical. It's just removing what was in the way. No forcing, no chasing, just space. And in that space, your body finally remembers what it already knows how to do. It lets go, not all at once, but enough. And for the first time in a long time, sleep doesn't feel like something you're trying to reach. It feels like something that's slowly coming toward you. Now let's bring this together. Not as a perfect system, not as something you have to get right, but as something you ease into. Because this isn't about changing your entire life overnight. It's about changing the way your day ends. That's it. Start small. Earlier than usual, you begin to step back. Not dramatically, just a slight shift. You stop adding new things to your night. No new tasks, no new stimulation, almost like you're closing a door before your body has to force it shut. And at first, it feels unfamiliar because you're used to squeezing more out of the day, but this time you don't. You let it end. Then, without overthinking it, you soften your environment. Lights become warmer, shadows feel calmer. Your space starts to match what your body has been asking for all along, and something quiet begins to happen. Your thoughts don't disappear, but they lose intensity. They stop pulling you. Then comes warmth. Not rushed, not mechanical, just a moment where your body feels held. Water on your skin, heat spreading slowly, and you don't notice it immediately, but when it's gone, your body feels different. Heavier, slower, like it's finally letting gravity take over. And then you give yourself something rare. Stillness. No noise filling the gaps. No distraction to escape into. Just a few moments where nothing is expected from you. No performance. No input. No urgency. At first, your mind might resist. It might try to pull you back into thinking. But if you stay just a little longer, it softens. And this is where the real shift happens. Not in your body, in your focus. Because instead of replaying everything that went wrong, you gently turn your attention somewhere else. To what's already done. What didn't break you, what quietly went right. Small things. Almost invisible, but enough. And that feeling, that subtle sense of it's okay, that's the signal. The one your body has been waiting for. And once it receives it, it stops holding on. Your breathing deepens, your muscles release, your thoughts stop chasing each other. And sleep doesn't feel like something far away anymore. It feels close, natural, unforced. Because you didn't try to control it, you created the conditions for it. And that changes everything. Because maybe the issue was never that you couldn't sleep. Maybe you were just never taught how to end your day in a way your body understands. And once you do, you don't chase rest anymore. It comes to you.